Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Alex of Coyote Star Astrology, and this is my video for the new moon in Taurus coming in on May 19th, 2023, which is a Friday here in California. However, please do adjust for your current location on the planet as that time and date may change. So excited for this new moon. So excited for the shift in energy that we are experiencing at the moment. I'm sure you guys have felt that over this last week. There is so much going on. It's actually a little bit overwhelming, so we're going to take our time with this one. I'm going to walk you through all the different transits that are shifting around and help make sense of the intensity over the last week. We have also been integrating our last eclipse. That's right, I definitely want to make that clear for some of you that eclipses are not just singular events. There's an afterglow, there's an aura, there's aftershocks that come through. So we are still digesting that. And also because Mercury was retrograde during that eclipse, Mercury direct, which happened yesterday on the 14th Pacific Standard Time, also carried sort of like a wall or a wave of that eclipse energy with it as well. So we're still integrating all of that. I call them eclipse hangovers. That's definitely what they can feel like. Things are falling into place and now they're about to speed up, and there's a few different things contributing to that. So let's dive right into it. Overall, I love this new moon. I really freaking do. I want to give this new moon a hug. I feel like it is coming just in the nick of time to give us exactly what we want and exactly what we need. I think that it complements the other energies really well. So first of all, new moon, new intention. So we want to be watching what we're doing with our energy around new moon portals. We want to be placing our attention in specific places where we want things to grow. We don't want to spend new moons doing something that we wouldn't want to be doing more of in 6 months, because a new moon is like a little seed that's going to grow over the next 6 months. So I'm very careful with my energy around new moons, especially as I grow as an astrologer and my relationship with the celestials deepens. I'm beginning to realize more and more and more just how powerful this is. So definitely be mindful of your energy around new moons. Also, we can be working with the specific energy of that new moon to sort of pick and choose what we want to be doing and what we want to be giving our attention to. In this case, we want to be giving our attention to Taurian things. This is about building. It's about building survival needs and sturdy foundations, about building healthier relationships, because Taurus is, of course, ruled by Venus. And we are here in the last couple of degrees of Taurus with this new moon at 28 degrees. So let's actually take a look at the tarot card associated with the last decan of Taurus. And here in this deck that I use, this is the Heavenly Bloom Tarot deck, which I will link in the description. They actually refer to the Pentacles as laurels, but this is the card associated with the Seven of Pentacles. So this is a card associated with wanting long-term sustainable results. It's associated with investment and the value of hard work. So the way that I interpret what this artist laid down is this beautiful little forest goddess. She's looking at something that she's planted and it is beginning to sprout. It's beginning to grow. And I love the focused intent that she has on this blossom. That's very much sort of what I'm talking about. This is a moon that is encouraging us to streamline our efforts towards what we want and to cut ties with everything else. Pentacles is always around things like money and abundance and, again, stability. So the reason, coming back to the chart, that I really like this new moon and why I feel that it complements the rest of the chart well is that, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Jupiter went into Taurus just a few days prior on May 16th, Pacific Standard Time. This is so exciting. I've been talking about it for a really long time. And it's exciting not only because Jupiter is changing signs and Jupiter is a benefic. So wherever Jupiter is where we're doing some growing. It's where things are expanding, and it's even where we can get lucky. So Jupiter going into Taurus is where we can really expand into areas that have to do with stability and finances. The other reason that this is really exciting is that Jupiter will come and conjunct the North Node and cross over it. This is going to be a massive quantum leap. And I'm going to get this video out a little bit early. You may already be seeing this on the horizon. So let me sort of explain how this energy is likely to feel. We want to remember that the North Node is always a challenge. The North Node is our destiny. It's where we're trying to go. It's where our soul feels magnetically pulled. However, it's an evolutionary leap. It's evolutionary growth. So this means that this is an area that the soul does not have experience in. It doesn't know how to do it. It's like getting a promotion and having to learn an entirely new skill set. It tests you. It tests your endurance. It pushes you. But it's simultaneously exciting because your soul on a soul level knows that it's headed in the direction that it signed up to go, and it's excited to grow, right? So Jupiter at the North Node, in other words, it doesn't mean that it's not challenging. Jupiter at the North Node is actually sort of going to guarantee that the things that we're growing into, the decisions that we're going to make later this month are likely to test us. They're likely to feel like it's like, oh my God, can I really do this? Is this really what I'm doing? But fuck, it feels right, so I'm going to go for it. It's like that kind of energy. There can be some doubt, and there's definitely things that we have to change in order to do it, because the North Node, we always have to let go of the South Node in order to get there. So it really is like a growth spurt and growing pains. They go together, but Jupiter is a benefic, so overall I'm pretty excited about it. Now, here's where the challenge comes in for some of us, some more than others, depending on how this is hitting our chart, and to be frank, depending on how we have been conducting ourselves since the nodes went into Scorpio and Taurus. So here's why. Notice that when Jupiter enters Taurus, it will be exactly square Pluto. Now that alone is intense because Jupiter is, again, magnification. It blows things out of proportion. It blows things up. Pluto is what? Death, rebirth, and transformation, very intensely so. Pluto changes are not just like, oh, I think I'll go get a haircut today. Pluto changes are like, I'm going to burn your freaking house to the ground and make you start over. They're from the inside to the outside. Pluto changes are massive. They are phoenix-like changes. Jupiter is going to magnify that in a square, which honestly is a stress aspect. We have been talking about how Pluto is and has been square the nodes. So that means that each and every person on this planet at this time has been necessarily going through a massive shedding process. You are not the only one. We are all doing it. Yes, we're all doing it in different ways, but each person has been meeting a certain little special corner of their own darkness, that South Node in Scorpio, and transmuting it through Pluto in order to get to the North Node in Taurus. That is accelerating now with Jupiter entering Taurus because it will make aspect to Pluto. Simultaneously, we see that in this chart during the new moon, Mars is opposite Pluto, aggravating him further. So I won't lie, this last week, especially since Mercury went direct, I haven't even gotten to that yet. Tensions could have been high. It had kind of a coiled spring element to it. Again, it felt like we were still processing a lot of the eclipse stuff. I'll get to that in a second. And Mars opposite Pluto, this can be where they're like frustrations come up to the surface where we can't hold them back anymore. It can get feisty, or at the very least, it can just kind of be like there can be a breaking point where it's like, okay, I gotta act, I gotta say something, I gotta make a move, whatever. But these are intense surges with Mars opposite Pluto. So on top of it, we had Mercury go direct, which is nice because we love Mercury direct, right? Mercury direct means that it's time to start making moves. We can feel that sense of relief of just like, okay, I'm tired of thinking about it. I'm tired of being delayed. I'm tired of not knowing what the hell I'm doing. I'm ready to actually start kind of moving forward. So we love that. Again, Mercury went direct on May 14th, but this one kind of had some teeth. This Mercury direct was not really very benign. It definitely had a bit of an attitude, and it did have a bit of a like, okay, let me tell you how I really feel behind it. And how I've been experiencing it, how I've been seeing it show up in the world is that the eclipse, full moon in Scorpio, brought up a lot from the depths, a lot of emotion, right? But Mercury was still retrograde, so it was still kind of like happening very internally in many ways. Now, Mercury direct is when all of that stuff came forward. There could have been very important conversations where things got aired out. There could have been the cutting of ties. That can also happen, especially because when Mercury went direct, it was opposite the South Node in Scorpio. So anything toxic, manipulative, any weird narcissistic dynamics, any addiction things may need to be cut off, codependent relationships, just things that feel yucky, that are not clean. That stuff may have come up. And now it is time to get the hell away from it because Mercury is going direct. So I guarantee there's been many intense conversations happening all over the world this last week. And lots, again, happening, of course, internally as we continue to process wave after wave of the dissipating eclipse energies and all that we have learned from that. So, positively, this entrance of Jupiter into Taurus and why we can be so freaking excited about it is that if you are a person that gets energized around the idea of manifesting your own reality, this is a new moon not only for you, but Jupiter's transit through Taurus is also for you. And you really want to use this. You want to know where Jupiter is transiting in your chart. I think I'm actually going to do like a webinar around this maybe. Let me know in the comments if that's of interest to any of you, because maybe I'll kind of see what the response is. But yeah, I've been thinking maybe we could do like a money manifestation course or webinar using Jupiter's energy through Taurus at the North Node. I think that could be really cool. And, you know, Jupiter is also going to conjunct Uranus. So this is about making money in new ways as the world itself economically goes through massive shifts. That's another thing. We know that Jupiter's entrance into Taurus is going to start some very interesting headlines around finances, particularly at the end of the month. Okay? So, because of the square from Pluto, the economy, you know, we're basically all on the fucking Titanic that's going up in flames as it's sinking. We all feel that it's real, it's happening. But we're not paying attention to that because we're all going to the North Node and we are going to be adaptable. We're going to make up our own exit strategies to get the fuck away from that madness and blaze our own trail. So this is a new moon and a time with Jupiter in Taurus where we can be getting really creative around architecturally designing and manifesting our dream reality. And I'm not just saying that in some weird new age way. Jupiter is literally where we can get lucky, where we can get opportunities that we wouldn't ordinarily have. So, end of the month, let's talk about that. Mark your calendars, last week of May, first week of June. Put stars around it, explanation points. Don't forget it. This is gonna be huge, and I'll show you why. So let's go to, okay, so here's Jupiter. Well, wait, okay. So here we are today. Jupiter's still in Aries today. Tomorrow goes into Taurus, yay. And then every day he gets closer and closer until right there at the end of the month. Here's the date. Boom. That is an exact conjunction to the North Node, May 30th, and he crosses over first week of June. So that's why I'm saying I'm giving it a wide orb. Last week of May, first week of June. This is when the most concentrated aspect of that energy will be pulling us all into the North Node. So that's when we're going to be tested, like we talked about in the beginning, because we've all got to meet this new potential. But it's also where doors are going to blow open all over the place. Definitely look at what house this is hitting. That's going to show you where something massive is going to open up. And then look at the South Node area where you want to let go and release something and heal something. Close that door. We're not doing that anymore. That's past life karma. Those are old patterns. We're done. Goodbye. Okay, we're going over here. Look at all the energy over here in Taurus. It's much, much better over here. So, coming back to the new moon chart, the ruler of the new moon is Venus, and she's here in Cancer, where she wants to feel safe. She wants to feel cozy. She wants to feel good. So this new moon is helping us reach this beautiful Venus in Cancer place where we are nourished, we are held, we feel secure. But we got some work to do first. We got to build stuff. Coming back to our card, Seven of Pentacles, we want to place our attention, just as she's doing, towards things that grow, not towards things that sabotage us, that hurt us, that distract us, that kill us. We're in manifestation mode now. Very exciting, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you've enjoyed this video, please do give it a like and a share. I really appreciate it. Also, if you are interested in booking a reading with me, I am taking slots, and to be honest with you, my waiting list is not too bad right now. So now is a good time to reach out. I'm putting my information up there on the screen. CoyoteStarAstrology.com is where you can reach out for a reading. And please do follow me on Instagram for more daily astrology at Earth2Coyote. All right, everyone, happy new moon in Taurus. Wishing you all the positivity and abundance in the world, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.